Hi, I'm Capt. Stanford, Texas Fish Tips. This is your weekly fishing report.
All right, guys, out here at the end of the jetties, along down through here. Before you get to the jetties, this area's been holding some nice redfish and trout. We catch them on croaker if you can find small enough croaker. Piggy perch works. Or if you can get shrimp and free line them. They've been working pretty good, or good old finger mullet works. But there is some good fish to be had right here. Go around into that jetty, check it. Sometimes there's red, sometimes there's not. Sometimes you see tarpon rolling in there. There's lots and lots of schools of bait fish coming down that beach, and they're hanging up on these jetties. The little brown anchovies, what they are, some people call them rain minnows. But those fish will be around there with them. There'll be a lot of Spanish mackerel, maybe a pompano, bluefish, all kinds of fish. Now, if it's calm enough, you can fish down this bank right here. There's some nice reds down through. There's a few trout. You just have to look for the birds and stop and fish them. If you don't find them, go down a little bit, do it again. Keep on till you find what you're looking for. Or look for the schools of mullet. You'll see finger mullet going down this beach. And as they come down, they'll go down this jetty like that. But anywhere's down this, they've been all the way down to Cedar Bayou. There's been some good reports of Cedar Bayou catching lots of trout, lots of reds in the surf, and limit out fast on both of them. But that is a long trek to get through there. You're not supposed to go through Cedar Bayou, so you either have to go up behind it from the bay side, or you have to go all the way down this beach side and get to it. And then anchor out and go wade fishing, or you can fish in front of it. But if you're going to wade fish out of a boat down through here, make sure that water's not rolling too much through here, because I don't want to see your boat getting swamped over there. Now, if you get on that south jetty, there's been some nice redfish all up and down through here. Cut mullet has been the way to go. Shrimp catches everything, but it causes hardheads, perch, spade fish, just about everything else you can get your hands on. There's a lot of sharks all down through this beach. I don't want to scare the tourists away, but there is some sharks down through if you want to catch them. Okay, now get on out here a little further out. There's been some kingfish, a mile, 2 miles out. Even those near shore rigs, there's been kingfish, and there's been some snapper caught off of them, all on shrimp. Okay, you can go underneath this bridge right here, get in here in the sailboat channel. There's been some schools of black drum. Sometimes they're back here, sometimes right here in this little cut. Most of the times right here on this corner. Sometimes they're right here. But they can be anywhere. God give them tails, and they can swim anywhere as they want, and they will do it on you. But they like shrimp. You don't have to see the black drum to throw at them. You can throw blindly and catch a few here and there, or you'll waste a lot of shrimp on a perch. You catch a perch, move on down. You may get a redfish or two while you're at it. We've caught a few nice flounder back in here doing that. But there is some good schools of black drum in here. And like I said, you can sight cast them, but try not to run your trolling motor on top of them, because it will spook them. And then once you get them spooked, they're not going to eat. So try to be nice to each other that's around there, because there may be several other boats in there. Then if you get on down through this bank, right down through here, especially right here, been holding some redfish. They like cut mullet and cut ladyfish if you got it. This Y channel is still holding some black drum schools in there, and same thing, try not to spook them. Sometimes you can see them, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to blind fish them. But there has been some redfish right back here in the very back end. Cut mullet in the pothole is the best way to go. All right, guys, if you got a bigger boat and you can't get back in those flats, I was in a big boat the other day, and they wanted to fish the flats, and this is what we did, and it worked pretty good. Some of these little cuts right here, you just wedge that boat up in there, or along the edge of it where you can cast into it. And we were throwing shrimp, catching trout all up and down through here. Lots of small trout, a few keepers mixed in, a few black drum, and some redfish. Any of those cuts, an outgoing tide, like say right here where this water pours out, it comes into this channel this way. And you can park your boat up in here and just catch them. Same way right here, this little cut, any of these cuts where that water's filtering out, that's a great place to get them. Okay, these good old whales out here in Corpus Christi Bay still holding some trout. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. That bait is passing through, and it will hang on those bigger rigs is my favorite. But do not pass up those little wells. They'll hold a trout or two, sometimes a whole bunch of them. Sometimes that's the best ones. We've caught bull reds there. We've caught black drum, triple tail. You'll see pompano this time of year out there, all on shrimp. You get you some croaker, it works too, but they want the smaller croaker, not the great big ones that you're catching right now. You have to pick through them. Small piggy perch work pretty good too. Also, get out here on this little pier right here. It's a free place to go. It's beautiful at night. They got lights. I've heard reports of catching some trout at night on shrimp, free lining, or you can take your piggies out there and throw off there and catch them. Or you can catch your own piggy perch right there with one rod with a little small hook, and then bring him up, put him back on another hook, and chunk him back out there and do it again. And get your own bait right there. Now, if you go on down this beach, right down through this Portland shoreline, you'll see several piers through here. It's a good place to catch some trout, and on those pilings are some sheep's head and some black drum. They love shrimp. But out a little further away, we've been catching them on free line shrimp. Croaker, piggies work if you can get them. Same way out here on these old rock pile, right in this area, right down through here, we've been catching some nice trout down through it. If you want to get way back in here, like all down this bank, there's been some redfish. Look for the potholes anywhere down through this whole island on the inside. And this area's been holding some pretty good reds too, but just anywhere down through you see a bald spot, that is a pothole. Stop, throw your bait in it, put your rod and rod holder, and just wait a few minutes. Don't get nut, move on down, and do it again. Don't catch any more, keep on. You'll find a pattern, and you'll find a certain hole here and there that will hold them. Like say right here is where we catch a lot of black drum. We also catch a few reds, all on shrimp right there.
Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Doug Stanford.